and I was able to find a cigarette lighter plug on Amazon, like so, and a pigtail that I will eventually attach to this cigarette lighter adapter so that I can power my cable and any other type of accessories or any 12-volt accessories that I need to in the future. So like I said, I found this particular adapter on Amazon, and it wasn't that much. It was about about $6 for two. And the pigtails, they came in a bundle. I believe there was like 10 pairs for less than $8. So it wasn't that much on Amazon, and the reviews seem to be mixed, but hopefully it should be okay. Now let's get this out of the way here. This seems to be pretty good because when you take off the little spring-loaded plunger, inside you'll find a replaceable fuse, and you're given a choice of a 15 or 20 amp fuse in the package. That's pretty cool. So this at least gives you some wiggle room to make some repairs in the field. So let's continue taking this apart so we can see what's inside. Remove the screw down nose. That'll get this ring off. A lot of little chips inside. Okay, that takes that thing. Let's put these parts here where you can see it. Okay, and you'll notice there is a Phillips head screw going through to a lock, not a nut that's inside of a little cutout in the plastic. And be wary of the LED and that spring. Okay, don't damage that LED, but you'll need a number 1 Phillips screwdriver, and I'm holding the nut at the other end. Okay, I can tell it's loose. Okay, I'll let the nut drop. Boop. Okay. Alright. Let's see, we need to split the case in half, so this is already split here. And let's see which way. Okay, everything is being held in by the LED side. So we have all the major components on this side, and there's a spring that stayed behind here. Okay, and also the rubber strain relief boot. Okay, now what I am planning on doing is attaching, of course, this pigtail to this adapter, and I'm gonna have to then select the positive or the red lead on this pigtail and attach it to the center plunger contact, and the ground, of course, will be connected to the ground spring on this side. So my solder station is on the other side of this room here on a separate desk, so I'll take it up there. Okay, so we need to solder up that pigtail up to this adapter. So here's the pigtail, and we need to get the cable strain relief through there so we can have that ready. Okay, so power here and negative there. So we'll need about this much cable. Little solder on the ends. Okay. Little alcohol pad. Let go. Put you back here. There and there. Okay. Okay, that's attached. That right there. Gotta heat this up. I may need to hold this again. Come on. As you can see, soldering is very calming. Can't do this if you're all excited. Come on, get in there. Just a little dab. Okay, you're attached. Okay, let's put you back where you found it. It's gonna be a tricky part to get all this back in here. All right, so let me get this in here and I'll speed up the camera so you don't have to watch me fidget with this. Come on, there you go. Okay. So far, so good. The other half. Okay. get in there, get in there, okay. All right, so we'll need the nut to go back in to its little cutout. Put the screw back in, screwdriver. Okay. That's in. Okay, so we have spring. Spring goes in, and then the fuse. Okay, and then this collar. Collar's on, and then of course this little screw down locking ring. Snug it up. It's plastic, don't make it too tight. All right, so this could be the finished product. Okay. So this will plug into the cigarette lighter in a standard automobile, and this will provide 12 volts DC with 15 amps of protection inside this fuse holder. And of course we have an LED to let us know that there's power being fed to the output jack. Okay, so I'm going to test it. Okay, I've got my 12 volt power supply connected to the plug-in adapter, and just to prove that it does work, there's the status light coming on when I make contact with the ground leg that is connected to the LED. But if you recall, I soldered the output leads to the ground leg that was not connected to the LED. So testing one at a time. We're doing this here, and I've got my meter set to DC voltage, and I'm metering the positive center pin of the pigtail and touching the other end, and we get 12 volts. 12 volts DC, exactly what my power supply is outputting. And if we can go a little higher just to make sure that we are seeing 12 volts, let's just bump it up just a couple of points, and we see it goes up. Bump it down a couple of points. Okay, so my power supply and my meter are both telling me that this plug-in adapter is correct. All right, and it should be working as a remote power supply for my equipment. All right, next stop is I'll be testing this at the vehicle. Okay, very good. Okay, here's the equipment I need to power up remotely from vehicles. This is the power port, and here's my power adapter we just set up inside the office. So I will plug this in, and it's plugged in. See, the power LED light is telling us that it's working, and of course the equipment is powered on and working also. So we have success. We are now able to take this equipment with us on the road and install it remotely into vehicles. Okay, very good. Thank you.